Greetings, family. Let's talk about money. You know, a lot of us, when we think about money, we think about numbers and things that we have or things we don't have or things that we want or don't want, even what we can control, right? The people we have around us by way of money, things of this nature. But I submit to you this. The money that we have or are on the path to having, or that we don't have, or that we're on the path to not having, is more about our attitude toward money than it is the things we stated previous. It's more about a mentality. And let me explain what I mean. So there's a level of existence called financial security. And in this level of existence, you're focused on the necessities. You think about shelter, you think about food, you think about clothing, and do I have enough of that? And you may often have a scarcity mindset, even that there's not enough of it, and money doesn't grow on trees, and this type of thing, and there's a level of existence above that that's called financial comfort. And from a spiritual standpoint, we are encouraged to exist in this space, financial comfort or above it. And financial comfort is where you're no longer necessarily worried about the necessities of life. You have enough of the extras to make your life comfortable. However, there isn't necessarily mass abundance per se, but you have more than enough, right? You have more than enough, and you're comfortable in your life to the point that you can do the things in life that have meaning to you. And there's a level of existence above this even, and it's called financial freedom. And in the space of financial freedom, well, you have space freedom, you have time freedom. You can move around as you like, and you have the time to do the things that are important to you. And in this space, you may even enter into an area where, because of assets that you've acquired, that your income by way of your assets exceeds your expenses, and you found a way to automate that to such an extent that it mostly occurs without much of your time and energy involvement. I'm not saying you do nothing. You may have to be involved and monitor, maybe even manage, right? Make sure the vision and the direction continues. But you have your space and you have your time. You know the difference between these people? It's the way they think about it. It's the way they think about money, And regardless of where a person is, now they will eventually end up in that space of their mentality. Now, here's the tricky thing, though. The tricky thing, though, is when you have to recognize where you are and why you are, which often has to do about our upbringing or our life experiences. And you also have to realize that it's possible for us to shift through these different 3 levels, right? But keeping your mindset in one space and staying focused on that, you eventually will rise or fall to where your mentality and your attitude is toward money. So again, being poor is more about mindset than how much you have or don't have right now. That's why there are people that have millions or hit the lottery, or we see it with athletes and entertainers all the time. They go back to having nothing because of a poor mentality, right? Likewise, we can invert that, and if you have a wealthy mentality, then regardless of how much you have lost, you will always rise back up, right? We saw Donald Trump go broke, and then he got billions back. We saw Elon Musk lose, and then look at where he is at now. That's a mentality, right? So let's focus on mentality. Let's focus on attitude. And once we get into the right mindset and attitude, then we can get into the how-tos and becoming the type of person that will get us into the space that we're looking for, whether it is financial security, financial comfort, or financial freedom. Collect your thoughts.